May is Skin Cancer Awareness Month, and today we got some life-saving tips that might help you, save your life. That's why they're called the life-saving tips.
Yeah, we all can't wait to get out in the sun, but we need to take care of our skin. And we have board-certified dermatologist and owner of Legacy Dermatology, Jared Heaton, with us. Thank you for coming back.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, let's talk about skin cancer. Melanoma, that's the bad one, right?
Right, that's the bad one that everybody's heard about because it can be potentially life-threatening if undetected.
Now, I was talking to my sister-in-law yesterday at a family party, and she's in the field, and she says, the moles that people are looking at, the puffy ones aren't the ones that freak people out. They're the other ones, right?
A lot of times that's the case. Melanoma can be puffy, but a lot of times it's these flat moles that tend to grow rapidly and change quickly over time, over a period of weeks to months.
Now, we have understood that where we live actually makes it worse.
That's true. Actually, Utah has the highest rate per capita of new melanoma cases in the country.
Now, is it because more people are in the sun, or is it the altitude?
A little bit of both. We're kind of an outdoor population, but also we're at a higher elevation. We have snow, we have sand, we have water, everything that's kind of reflecting those UV rays and making the skin damage worse. Now,
we want to send our kids out in the sun and have some fun, but we want them to be prepared. Are you a big fan of the swim shirt, or do you versus the SPF 1000?
I'm a big fan of the swim shirt, actually. Just because, it's so hard to apply as many times as we tell people to, which is usually every 2 hours. And when you're out in the snow or in the sun, and, I swim shirts, definitely.
Okay, so what about the people who think, hey, I'm young, I don't need to worry about this?
That's a very common misconception because melanoma is actually, it's the most common skin cancer in young adults aged 25 to 29, and it's only second to breast cancer in women under the age of 40.
Oh my goodness, yeah, and is it more common in men or women?
It's actually more common in men above the age of 50, but more common in women below the age of 50.
Where is melanoma on the body most commonly going to appear?
Most common on the back. In women, there tends to be a high prevalence on the legs as well, but most common on the back, which is a dangerous area because that's not a spot that we see all the time. So we always encourage you to have, your significant other take a look at your back.
And what age should you start going to see a dermatologist regularly to be checked?
It kind of depends. If you have a family history of melanoma in your family, you can never be too young.
Right.
But I always recommend once you get into those teenage years, it's probably not a bad idea to go and at least get a baseline screening.
All right, so how do we tell if a mole is something we should be concerned with?
We tell people to watch for these A, B, C, D, E's of melanoma. So the A stands for asymmetry, if it's asymmetrical, obviously. B is for border, if the borders are jagged and not round and smooth. C is for color, if it's particularly dark or has multiple colors, like blue or red or white within the mole. D is for diameter, if it's bigger than the size of a pencil eraser. And E is for evolving, and that's the most important. If it's actively changing and you notice it, it should be checked.
And you're here to tell us about a big event. When's that?
Right. Well, we have the AAD, which is American Academy of Dermatology, sponsors a program called Spot Me. If you go to spotme.org, you can type in your zip code, and it will tell you what dermatologists around the area are sponsoring these free skin cancer screenings event for Melanoma Awareness Month, which is this month.
All right.
And we have one tomorrow from 10 to 2 at our office. You can see further details on our website. It's legacy-dermatology.com. And we're doing free skin cancer screenings every Tuesday afternoon during the month of May.
Very good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, still to come here on